Hi there, this is Jonas from Contentor, and today I'll show you how you can make use of a glossary and a tone of voice for your AI translations using the Contentor Hub. Alright, let's get started. In this scenario, I'm representing a Nordic furniture brand called Fjordlys. Let's see how it works straight out of the box. I have my from language, to language, in this case Swedish, and I have the box where I enter the translation. I'm going to translate my product text about the Lumi sofa. It has some nice colors and it has a starting date. Let's see what I get out of the box. In this case, I got a translation. It looks nice. I was using ChatGPT, but I have not really added any sort of tone of voice to this. But let's just add another language. Let's add German. We're big in Germany. So we add German for Germany rather than German Switzerland. It's still an ongoing discussion what market to enter. So let's just translate this. As you see, when I added a new language, I get both on screen. I can change the size. Let's see here. I got my translation, but directly I can see that it's using C. Now that means I'm using the formal tone talking to my German market, but that's not my style. I have a brand personality and a tone of voice for Fjordlys. And I specifically have added, when translating to languages with explicit formal and informal grammar rules, use the informal, example do in German. This should also cover other languages like French and Italian and Dutch. So let's add this tone of voice and let's go again. So let's see here. We can see that instead of C, we have now gone over to the informal version. However, I noticed something in Swedish here, Lumi sofa, where I call it Lumi sofa. I have decided for my brand that I want to keep the brand in its original name. So this is where it's good to have a glossary. So I have this box here, choose glossary, and I have prepared a glossary for Fjordlys. In this, I've added my brand names so I know they will be consistent in all markets. So let's go again. I translate and let's see what we get. So here we can see that for Swedish, we found glossary terms. Lumi sofa is consistently Lumi sofa, and frosted white is kept in frosted white and cloud beige. Where, as you see, when we didn't have the glossary terms for German, it's frost white. The LLM tried to make an educated guess. In this case, it's not what I wanted. But as soon as I go over to glossaries, I can preview the glossary, and here I see the terms I have added, and I see that I have Swedish, Danish and English, but no German. As soon as I add that, it's going to fix that. Another thing to think about, let's take away Swedish and instead add Czech, because I'm interested in going into the Czech market. And if I translate this into Czech, I can see that I get the same date format as I had in Sweden, but I happen to know that in the Czech Republic, my market there would respond better to having their native date format style. And I just give an example of how I want it. and I translate again. And here you can see that they have actually followed the check date rules that I prefer for this market. Now, we at Contentor, we can help you decide what is the best use of a tone of voice for all your markets, but you can still do this on your own in the Contentor Hub. If you have any questions, please reach out to us and we'll happily demo this for you in person. Have a nice day.